Hi, welcome to Breathe Better with Elizabeth. I'm Elizabeth. Today I wanted to go over the question of why exercise is important if you have pulmonary disease or some sort of breathing issue. Because most people think there's no way that I'm going to be able to exercise. I can't even walk from point A to point B without being short of breath. And most people that come into pulmonary rehab are at that point where literally even getting dressed can make you short of breath. But I still recommend exercise, and here's why. For one, the very first one I have is that when you are strong and your muscles are strong and your bones are strong, your body is more efficient at using oxygen. So strong muscles utilize oxygen better, which means that you are going to be using less oxygen to do whatever it is that you're doing over time. So it will help you with your shortness of breath. So that's another thing. Shortness of breath on exertion. This will help with that. And the reason is because if you can exercise a little bit every day, add on to the exercises every week, then when you go to do normal things that would usually make you out of breath, it's going to be easier for you to do. So it's not easy to start, but I promise you, if you can start some sort of an exercise regimen, you will start to feel better, okay? Now at the end, I'll go over some rules concerning that because you obviously do not want to overdo it. So another thing that exercise does is it will decrease stress and tension in your body. If you are someone who suffers from breathing problems, I'm sure you've noticed that you tend to stay tense up here in your shoulders, your back, and your neck. And I don't know exactly why people do that, but my thought is that whenever you're tense, you just kind of tighten up. So your body starts to do it naturally. You don't even mean to, but when you can reduce the stress and tension in your body is going to perform better and you're going to feel better. So that brings me to the next one. Exercise releases endorphins, which make you happy. So on top of making you happy, when you add the decreased stress and the decreased tension, your anxiety will improve. This is huge because anxiety can cause shortness of breath. So you want to cut out anxiety. If you can, you want it as low as possible. Exercise does decrease anxiety. And I actually will tell you, so, I do pulmonary rehab. I always check people at the beginning of the program and at the end of the program. And I have 2 questionnaires that I give them, and it will rate them as far as how well they're doing emotionally. And I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt, every single person that completes the program has improved tremendously on their mental well-being. I mean, tremendously. So I can tell you above everything else, it does help with your mood and anxiety. Now, you're also going to get the benefit of more energy. That's always good. Most people will tell me when they're in about their 3rd week of pulmonary rehab that they're having more energy and they can do more things throughout the day. So that's awesome. And then finally, improved sleep. So anyone who has breathing problems, I can almost guarantee you have sleep problems. And that just kind of goes along with it for many different factors. But exercise will improve your sleep as well. So like I had said before, you don't want to overdo it. And this is where it gets tricky. The very best way to start exercising when you have breathing problems is supervised exercise therapy, which you would find in pulmonary rehab. But I will tell you that a lot of pulmonary rehabs were forced to close down. My own included. It is back up now, but it did close down for a couple of years, I would say, during COVID. So a lot of, you have minimum access, I should say, to pulmonary rehabs right now. So I do have another video. My exercise videos will kind of show you how to do this, but you always want to be kind of right in the middle when you're exercising. If you're doing something and you're so short of breath that you cannot talk, you're doing too much. If you feel dizzy, you're doing too much. Chest pain, you're doing too much. If your oxygen goes below 92%, you're doing too much. And this is the reason why. Because if you are working out on a low oxygen level, you are doing more harm than good, without a doubt, okay? For one, your muscles cannot get stronger. If you are exercising without enough oxygen, your muscles are actually going to get weaker. Your breathing will get worse. So you always want to make sure that your oxygen level is good. And then I also have a scale that you can follow called a Borg scale. But if it's something that you're interested in, I do have pulmonary rehab on my YouTube channel. I have everything broken down into pulmonary rehab education, which is just as important as the exercises themselves, breathing exercises, and then other exercises. So you can get on there, kind of go through them. And if you're someone who suffers from breathing problems and you want to get into a supervised exercise therapy where they can monitor you, then you need to ask your doctor about pulmonary rehab. If you have any questions, jot them down. Feel free to share my video, and I hope this helps in some way. Thanks.